Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aina Rusna binti Muhammad Ali. Today I'm going to presenting about the effect unemployment in economy Malaysia. Okay, the introduction uh, for this for this effect unemployment. Um, The proportion of unemployed people in the labor force is known as the unemployment rate. Okay, unemployment is when a person is ready and able to work but does not have a paid job. They are considered to be unemployed. The proportion of unemployed people in the labor force is known as the unemployment rate. Okay, next is figuring out who is employed is necessary for calculating the unemployment rate. Okay, third, figuring out who is employed or unemployed involve making practical judgment. Okay, such as how much paid work someone needs to be undertaken for them to be considered as having job, as well as actually counting how many people have jobs or not. Okay. In Australia, the Australia Bureau of Statistics (ABS) is responsible for collecting labour market data. The ABS conduct a survey each month called the Labour Force Survey, in which it asked around 50,000 people about their participation in the labour market. As part of the survey, the ABS group people aged 15 years and over the working age population into three broad categories. First, which is include people who are in a paid job for 1 hour or more in a week. Second, unemployment, which includes people who are not in a paid job but who are actively looking for work. And last is not in the labour force, includes people not in a paid job and who are not looking for work. This can include people who studying, caring for children or family members on a voluntary basis, retired, or who are permanently unable to work. Okay. Next is type of employment. Okay, first is cyclical unemployment. Okay, when there is demand demand when there is a decline in demand for goods and service, there are fewer jobs available for individuals who wish to work. Businesses that are facing reduced demand may downsize their workforce by terminating existing employers or employing fewer new employers. As a result, it may be more difficult for those looking for a job to get employment. When demand increases, the situation in the exact opposite. A common description of cyclical unemployment as being of a medium-term character, 1 to 12 months. Next is structural unemployment. Okay, there is a discrepancy between the jobs that are available and the person looking for work. Structural unemployment result. This mismatch may exist because the accessible jobs are far away from the job seekers or because the available job require different talents than the ones the job seeker possess. Worker who works in industries that are shrinking or who possess abilities that could be automated as a result of significant technologies advancement, risk losing their jobs. They can struggle to obtain employment in a different sector. So they might need to acquire new skill or relocate to an area with more prospect. Okay. Third is frictional unemployment. Okay, rigid unemployment happens when people enter and exit the labor force, change job or transition between jobs in the market. Worker moving around is essential for a flexible labor market and aids in achieving an effective distribution of labor throughout the economy. However, finding a job may take some time and effort, and people may not find right way. Business also invest effort in looking for qualified applicants to fill open position. People looking for work may endure a brief period of unemployment as a result. The fact that opening are not instantly matched with applicant. This kind of unemployment is typically of a shorter duration, less than 1 month, like structured employment, frictional unemployment. Um, Structural frictional unemployment is expected uh, to exist over the whole business um, cycle and is unlikely to have impact on wage or inflation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So my name is Siti Nofitra binti Azman. So today I will present to you about how to reduce the unemployment rate in Malaysia. So before that, I will give you some statistics. The statistic shows that the number of unemployment people in the country continued to decrease with a reduction of 30,200 people to 611,800 people in the third quarter of 2022. Correspondingly, a lower unemployment rate was recorded from July to September 2022 at 3.7% compared to 3.9% in previous quarter. The Department of Statistics Malaysia, DOSM, in its statement said that the labour force continued to increase and reach 16.44 million people in the third quarter of 2022 compared to 16.34 million people in the second quarter of 2022, which is an increase of 0.7% or 99,700 people. So, how to reduce the unemployment rate in Malaysia? So, my first point is to ensure that the unemployment does not occur among graduates. University or college needs to produce graduates who meet the needs of the industry in Malaysia. The issue faced by the industry is that graduates who are looking for work do not have the same background or knowledge as their needs. Cost and time become a difficult thing to provide if they want to train university graduates. On the other hand, the introductions of programs such as 2-year studies at university and 2-year with industry practically appropriate. These efforts not only make it easier for the industry to get workers, but also help the university or college remain relevant to the community so that their future is secure. Secondly, the next step to reduce the unemployment in Malaysia is to improve the skill of workers and graduates regularly. In this era globalization, the circulation of technology is accelerating so much that there are rumors that machines and computers will replace humans as a workforce. In order to maintain the local labor demand from the industry, workers need to increase their skill over time. Thirdly, from a different point of view, job unemployment can be avoided by offering more job opportunities at the government or authority level. Civil servants are the backbone of the administration and success of a country. The government has financial resources that can be expanded compared to industries that depend on the product produced. When many civil servants are appointed on a permanent basis, surely the public service organized by the government will improve. As a result, the community will live more comfortably and become more productive so that it can improve the national economy. In addition, the effort that should be implemented by the government in reducing a problem of unemployment is to help the development of small and medium enterprise. This is because we cannot rely solely on foreign investors who come to invest in our country. If one day they decide to withdraw investment, then many will be fired. Therefore, by supporting the development of local entrepreneurs, it can not only provide job opportunities but also it increase the capabilities of the local workforce. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ainur Amira binti Aziz. Today I want to explain about the effect of unemployment. The main issue in the economic development of a country is employment and unemployment rate. Unemployment is a common phenomenon for any country whose labour market is dynamic. Some unemployment only occurs in a short period of time, which is a natural process for individuals who move on from one job to another or movement from school to the job market. Some other unemployment may take several months due to difficulty finding a job. In fact, the unemployment rate is an important indicator of economic cycle performance. A country is said to have a sustainable growth if the rate unemployment is low. On the other hand, if the unemployment rate is high, it means a waste of human resources. Unemployment continues to be a problem, one of the most important economic problems, and should be addressed in the labour market. For 2020, the position of the Malaysian labour force is affected due to the health crisis and the economic impact, causing the unemployment rate to increase compared to the previous year. The situation facing the country's labour market is line with the global level, which is also in a uncertain situation through the year 2020, which resulting in job losses and reduced working hours and resources income due to COVID-19 and measures to curb the spread the epidemic implemented in most countries. The industry sectors most affected in terms of layoffs are tourism-related and manufacturing industries. These two industries are the most affected. We saw a drop in demand, especially during the last 2 weeks of March when the MCO was implemented. Tourism-related and manufacturing sectors were also affected by the number of job losses recorded in March 2020. Overall, in 2020, there is an improvement in total unemployment in the working age group compared to 2018. The 15 until 19 age group show no change for both years, they said. The increase in unemployment in 2020 clearly shows the effect of the COVID-19 outbreak have caused an increased reduction of employees by the employer in the age group of 20 to 64 years compared to 2019. If before every year, the youth group is the biggest contributor to the country's unemployment rate, coupled with the ravaging COVID-19 pandemic country and the world today, this group is the most effect and receptive double effect. Previously, the issue of youth and employment was usually focused on youth itself, which is like choosing a job, refuse to work in a category 3D jobs, dirty, dangerous, and demeaning. For those who work, employees often face difficulties in maintaining retain them, and this group is also often associated with discipline issue and lack of commitment. At the end of 2008, The effects of the American financial institution failure crisis, the company in 2007 caused the growth momentum of the Malaysian economy started to move slowly and increase slightly, mainly the manufacturing sector, which contract due to the slowdown of the sector on the sector, internalities and the fall of private investment. Business sentiment declined with significant. Malaysia returned to a recession phase with GDP contracting in 2009. Considering that Malaysia is an economy that is very open, the effects of the globalization are felt by the related sectors with foreign trade. Exports and factory production decline. Therefore, Malaysia's unemployment rate has increased. Okay, as a conclusion, the impact of the COVID-19 outbreak has had a profound effect on one carriers. The most paid trade by workers is when the movement control of the MCO is announced, which caused many individuals to lose their jobs either by being forced or quit their jobs, being given long leave or laid off. This is because most employers are forced to take drastic measures to lay off existing employees in order to reduce losses and save on their operating costs. In fact, the reopening of workplace after entering the Recovery Movement Control Order (RMCO) phase has caused a lot of stress and anxiety among many workers because the COVID-19 outbreak can be one of the factors that invite the threat of danger to workers. Throughout the course of this COVID-19 outbreak, individuals, employees, students, and even family institutions need to optimize the use of available time throughout the MCO period as best as possible, even in the face of various psychological pressures due to the loss of sources of income, work and work affairs and interrupted. But this is not an excuse to continue to hurt the body or let the day pass with stress, because every human being is capable of making choice and change. Thank you.